It pays to look carefully at the label. It's good to know what you're getting and that you're getting what you want. Years ago, when I was living in Dryden, I was responsible for the staff team in Thunder Bay that were doing youth ministry there. And one fall, when we had our uh, communion service in Dryden, the staff from Thunder Bay were unable to come because the weather was bad and the highway was not good, and it was about a 4-hour drive, and so it was just decided that it was best for them not to come. So the bishop told me, well, when you're in Thunder Bay sometime, you can just give communion to those staff down there. So I was going down a few weeks or a month later, and so I said, okay, we'll have a staff meeting, and then we'll do communion, and I'll serve a communion service for the staff there. The team leader and I, Dave Lapp was the team leader at the time, and so Dave Lapp and I went out for breakfast talk about some organizational things, and so we had breakfast together, and it took longer than what we thought, and staff meeting was getting ready to start, and we realized we have to hurry to get back to be in time for staff meeting. And I owed Dave some money, and so I told Dave, hey, we'll stop here. There's a CIBC bank right outside the grocery store, and I'll go into the bank and get the money that I owe you out of the ATM. You go into the grocery store and buy the grape juice for communion. So he's like, okay. So I went into the bank, got the money I owed him out of the ATM. He went into the grocery store, grabbed some grape juice, and we went back to the house and had our staff meeting, and we got into our communion service, and I had a short message, and we shared, and then I started sharing communion. And when I poured the juice, it looked a little dark. And I looked at the bottle, and instead of being grape juice, it was prune juice. But there we were. So we decided, all right, well, it'll be prune juice for communion today. And so we had communion with prune juice. Everybody took really small sips. Nobody took very much, but we did have communion, and we did it with prune juice. And Dave said, I went in, I found where the juices were, and there was grape juice, and I just grabbed a bottle, and I thought it was grape juice, but it wasn't. But it worked anyway. But it is good to look at the label and make sure that you are getting what you want, so that you know that you have what you really wanted. But if you get something else, it'll probably work too.